Welcome, welcome. Yes, welcome to Cook Boots. This is my uh story time version. Coming to straight to you from Tin Brown. Wow. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh no. Yes, I do get nervous. For people who know me. The people who know me don't think I get nervous because I'm always telling stories. I'm always a clown and talking. But yes, I get nervous. I'm concerned about judgment like other human beings. But I do want to say, shout out to my sister Kaya. Whoo, she went off. Her story time was so good. Oh my gosh, she did a great job. I was I added that to my intimidation. Like, girl, how am I supposed to follow you? That was crazy. But yeah, you know, we both, in our own lanes in terms of storytelling. I just think she did a magnificent job. And again, it's like nail biter. Uh, Coming into today's episode, I combed and I combed, not really in terms of the material that I would tell you all about or the experience, because I knew what experience I wanted to talk about, but the issue for me is like the angle. I know how I experienced it, but I also want to have a certain level of discretion. There are certain areas of my life that are, past, and I want to leave them there. I don't want to give them any more power by mentioning, certain things that took place, certain people. Um, and there are certain names, really any and all names, in certain lights that I will not say. It's unfortunate. If you all were like my inner circle, of course, you would know who I'm talking about and the names. And it's unfortunate because, man, I mean, we have some really unique and beautiful names that are a part of this story. But we're not going to do that because I don't have time for defamation later or anything of that nature. Um, defamation accusations, if you will. But, this is my story. This is the way I experienced this. And I guess I don't. I wish I would stop saying I guess, but anyway, um, I'll take you from. Well, first, I'll introduce where we want to go. I want to talk to you all about my visit back to Atlanta. It was almost a year and a half since I had last been there. I left January 24th, 2023. And I just went back for the first time March 26, 2024. And it's been whoo, um it's been a lot for me as a person growing, stretching, learning. And I was intimidated to go back because of I knew I wanted to be a new person. I knew all of the work I had done. I didn't want it to be unraveled by some of the negative things or challenging things that Atlanta represents to me. Distractions in terms of, party and abandonment of responsibility. Um, you know, um, and that comes in many forms, whether it's, again, partying, whether it's alcohol, whether it's smoking, whether it's women. Um, I just really have a good time there. And there's a time for celebration and then there's a time for responsibility. And I was in Atlanta for 22 years, all of my adult life. And for the most part, I mean, I've had some amazing experiences as well professionally, started a few companies, taught myself a few skills that I did not have coming out of my home with my parents. So I'm not going to discredit the growth that I've had there, but a lot of it, I want to say, woo, I won't put a percentage on it, but a whole lot was, those things that, were my stumbling blocks. And so when I left January 24th, I was in a bad place. I don't think in the time that I was in it, that I recognized I was in such a bad place because I had fought so hard the entire 22 years for um survival, um just making my own way. This is my journey. I was very, very connected to creating my own path in the way that I wanted to do it. Part of it included my HBCU education. Part of it included entrepreneurship, just me going off a path of what everyone felt like I should do, and I wanted to do it my way. So what I consider the season, the winter of 2023 before I left was literally a winter also of my life, and probably the first half of adulthood, if we could speak in terms of developmental stages. I was in a relationship since the COVID 2020. We started dating. We were co-workers and associates prior to that. And we had already broken up, like in terms of a title and official, but I was still living in the home that we shared. I had given it up until January 31st that I would move. I don't know where I came up with that date, because I didn't have no plans. I didn't have anything saved. Like, honey, where you going? But that's the date I shared with my former partner at the time. Now, of course, we were toxic. So we were still playing house in terms of, I'm hoping she changed her mind about breaking up again. It wasn't an amicable agreement. Let's be clear about that. I was hoping and praying something would change. There would be a change of heart. Because I wanted to continue working on it. I thought this was my person. Now, they were very clear verbally. They did not want to be with me. They did want us to be friends. I was clear that I felt like you were not a friend to me, but there was still the hypocrisy of still wanting to be with this person. Again, toxic, crazy. So, it's funny how spirit will use the person or the thing that you need to get away from to give you the message that, this ain't it. So she was working for a church, and they had, given her a contract for the remainder of the year. And which was, it's a beautiful thing, it's a blessing. And I had only met the pastor once or twice, I want to say twice, at some other event prior to this. I had never told him, who I am, my story, anything. He always knew I was with, the DJ. So she invited me to the church at the beginning of the year. And because they were having church every other week. And she invited me for the date. It was slated for January 15th. She invited me earlier that prior week. And I was shocked, as a person who, I love God. I love, getting to know God, studying the law. I'm not going to necessarily just say church per se, but, and I'm like, because initially, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to share this with you. I thought she was talking about her family church when she initially asked me. I didn't know it was work related. So there was a little tinge of disappointment when I figured out it was work, because, I would be probably in assistance capacity or something of that nature. And it wasn't as intimate and heartfelt as I had presumed when I thought it was her family church. Either way, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. So I say yes, of course. The day comes, we go. And he's like prophesying. I mean, he's tearing the house down. Like, it's a line, because it's in like a hotel conference room, because he's still in obedience from God. He had heard a word about the COVID coming. So he had not started his church up until the first Sunday of that year of 2023, because he stopped it, I believe, 2019, prior to the virus. in the quarantine, in the shutdown, because he had gotten, a download or a message from Spirit saying there was something coming, respiratory attacks, you need to close. And so he had done so, and he had not heard a word to open back up until that point. And, here I am in the second service of that year, January 15th, and he's prophesying. I see him, getting busy, using his gift, and he's laying it on people. I mean, he ain't, this ain't no, I don't know how to describe it. This is not light work. Like you were struggling in traffic this morning. Somebody could guess. This is, very specifically, who has custody of all of your children? And I mean, the people sitting up there breaking down like, I got 2 of them, but the other 2 over by such and such. He like, no, God telling me you need to have all your kids. And so, of course, every person nowadays is all the hoopla and the whoop-de-woo fall out. There's going to be a level of skepticism. Like, these probably his church members. He know these mugs. They didn't, emailed them their prayer list. And so that was something. But no, you can tell these people are genuinely awestruck. Sometimes somewhat embarrassed. Like, this ain't my stuff out loud. But this is dead ass serious. Like, this is where he at with it. So he's going through the line. He's tearing through. I mean, the line's out the door. The people want their prophecy. So they ain't that embarrassed, huh? They want to know what God got to say to me. Tell me, sir. So they lined up. I'm behind the speaker on the corner of the wall where the DJ booth is kind of adjacent coming out. But I'm over there making laugh like, look. She been here all morning. She couldn't wait to fall out. I'm clowning in the cut. I mean, I take it serious. I honor the whole situation. I'm just silly. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect. The man point all around the town, like past the speaker, past the wall corner. You, honey, ain't nobody got time. All you gotta line out the door. I'm in the corner hiding. Please leave me be. Come here. You got to listen to the man of God. You can't be, come on now. You got to go on up there. So that's what I do. I take myself up there and I'm standing there and I'm looking like, what is he about to say, honey? Now, again, I'm in a bad place. Mentally, emotionally. I'm really heartbroken, but also still looking at this person every day and still trying to make it in terms of I had just started a new job, and that had some great earning potential. And I just, if I were able to stick it out through the winter months, I was just jugging. I was jugging, and no jugs was jugging for me. And it's crazy because everybody know me. I make some shape, okay? Like it might get ugly, and then it's gonna be That's how I move. And nothing wasn't shaking for you, girl. It was crazy. I mean, because I'm gonna do something. I'm probably on the run with a Tesla. Also looking for their cars. I'm outside, and again, I'm gonna make some shade. If I gotta go run, do a little move, get some stamps. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make something go down, and I ain't gonna stay where I'm at. But that was the thing. That was pressure for me the entire 22 years in Atlanta. I had the question for myself, how come I can obtain, no problem, manifest, boom, lean in, God, work with me. I give a step, you give me 2. Boop, boop. God honors the willing. Gonna happen. I couldn't maintain. Kept climbing the hill with the boulder. Kept sliding back down. I mean, year after year. Year after year. And I just, you get desensitized to a thing. Like I was used to hustling. I was used to I'm back at down behind the eight ball, if you will. And so I accepted that. Like I said, I couldn't even hardly see it. I knew it was tense, it was tight, it was tough. But I mean, it wasn't foreign. So, here I go. Time to scrap. So he called me up there. And I'm standing there. And I'm looking at him. Like, man, what they food? It's not food. What is this man about to say? This man of God. He said to me, "Where's your mother?" And I'm like, bro, come on now. Ask me nothing like that. I just look at him, like, head to the side. Like, come on. Y'all had to forgive me. Because, I already know where I'm going to go. This is my testimony. So, then he said, and I told y'all, I ain't talked to this man but briefly. And I know for a fact I ain't never mentioned my mom. And that's what I call my mom. He said, "Where is your mom?" Now I'm about looking like this. Like, who is you talking to? So briefly come over me that maybe something's wrong with my mother. Maybe she's not well. What is he finna say? He says to me, "You need to forgive your mother." So God can bless you the way God's been trying to bless you. You have a rock around you and you refuse to let go. But God is trying to put you back where you were supposed to be from 8 years ago. So at this point, I'm looking down because I ain't really trying to be like I am right now. Crying and all that in front of these folks. Because it's a line of folks. They still waiting in line. They ain't moved. Anybody moved. They still want, all right, sis, don't get your word and get on now. So I was getting ready to say, this is the rebellion, the resistance part. I was getting ready to say, and where was I at 8 years ago? But Spirit, cancel that because I know where I was at 8 years ago. I had just completed a spiritual journey with our Rites of Passage community that Kai and I often mention in Dugan and Zinga. I had a great job in hospitality. What I do, I had my own place. I think I had just purchased my first vehicle. I was at Georgia State University, 3.8, 3.9 GPA, something like that. Not involved with anyone, very single, very celibate. I'm not gonna say necessarily that I was sober, but I'm thinking I may have been. I'm not sure. Either way, I was at the top of my game in terms of independence, in terms of clarity. Of course, I was singing in the choir as well. Love singing in the choir. Dr. Daniel Black, Mighty Voice of Power, period. I was just in a whole other headspace. And he didn't know that. He don't know me. This is not Google searchable information. This is what he tells me. So in the midst of, he prayed for me, I'm submitting, I put my hands up, like, go ahead and take, take what this man is offering me. He, I answer him. I say, my mother's in Maryland. And so I get my prayer, like I said, boop, 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 all of that, and I walk off. Because I'm digesting, I'm internalizing everything he just said to me. I go sit back down. Someone hands me a piece of paper. The paper has written on it the prophecy he's given me. So I'm reading it, rereading it. I'm zeroed in now. I'm tapped in, like, whoa, this is crazy. So, but prior to, excuse me, I don't want to leave this out. Prior to me going to sit back down, he stops me. He says, hey. So I turn around. You're like, you don't want to hear this, but you're going to Maryland. Oh, baby, I don't take that lightly. Because I'm like, Maryland? Honey, it's forever. I love Atlanta over here. What is you talking about? Like, a weekend? A vacation? Like, what? Going to Maryland? Who? How? Where? That's fine. Again, it's January 15th. I know the dates. So, moving forward, I can't shake this off me. Like, it's still on my mind. I talked to my partner. I'm gonna have to fix that, but whatever. I talked to her about it, and she ain't really studying it. Like, it's mine. It's my prophecy. Is mine. So either way, I pray about it. I pray, and I have been learning these things called mudras, like the way you hold your hand and the energy circulation while you're, in a state of prayer or meditation. So I've been doing this. Like, I'm set up. I'm doing my mudras, and I'm praying in a way I don't typically pray. I'm praying like because I be praying for what I want. I know what I want. But in this particular case, I know God already knows what I want. So it's no need for me to say that. So what I say to God is this. For the next 3 days, I say to God, while I'm doing my mudra, and I'm in like a alpha state, which is, sleepy, subconscious. I'm still aware, but I'm kind of like on the edge of manifestation space. That's another story. We can talk about that later. So I'm praying in a way, and I say to God to direct me for what God wants me to do. Again, I don't pray that way. I pray, well, not typically. I did this time for the next 3 days. So the 16th, 17th, and 18th of January, that's the way I prayed. I know what I want. I know what I said. I said I'm leaving on the 31st. I want my ex-boo roommate to change their mind. I want to stay together. I don't want to lose my family. And I want also to honor the prophecy. I'm not playing around with that. I believe it was sent to me for a reason. And I need to do what God say. Whether it's a week, a weekend, or what have you, I need to do what God say. So I continue to work my job. I continue praying. But Wednesday, I'm paid early from my new job. And something tells me not to give my ex-boo roommate the money that I owe them for our shared phone bill or something. And I don't understand that, because I told them I would give it to them on Friday, but you get your paid early because you got your little bank account or whatever. So it comes Wednesday and Sunday and hold off. Someone also tells me to call my mother. And so I do that, and I tell her about the prophecy, and she's like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Like, and she literally just straight out asked me, like, so how long? Like, how long you think you gonna be here? And I'm like, of course, not feeling very invited after that response. But I'm just like, I don't know, Ma. I'm just telling you the prophecy. Some told me to tell you, share it with you this Wednesday night. So while it's an ex-boo roommate situation, we've broken up. There are still levels of intimacy. So I believe this particular evening, the Wednesday evening going into Thursday, the ex-boo asked could they, come out onto the couch and sleep with me, all of us together. I'm not gonna turn that down. As again, I'm in favor of my family. So I'm like, yeah, I think that'll be fine. So they sleep out there with me, but I still have, an inkling in my spirit of what I want to know in terms of, what I've been praying, and just for closure and completion. Just I don't know. It's like it's this insatiable energy where I'm like, I gotta know. I gotta know what's going on and where I'm headed next, because I'm in this complete tailspin of uncertainty. Because even if the man never mentioned Maryland, where am I finna go in 2 weeks? And I'm hurt. I'm rejected, like, from this relationship. It's craziness. So either way, I say the prayer, falling off into sleep, subconscious. And I wake up the next day and I'm told every step to take. Because some things had changed in their behavior that, to me, were answering my suspicions, if you will. So they started walking our puppy at a really strange hour, in terms of, this person loves to sleep, set multiple alarms, all of these things. And now here we are with, it's cold. It's January. It's brick and out. I'm talking about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning walking the dog before they have to be to work. Okay. And, perhaps that's just what spirit was using for me to be led. And maybe it really truly was. It's a genuine, authentic dog walk. But to me, it was like, you probably out there on the phone with somebody. You need to break away. This y'all little good morning situation. So I'm suspicious. Then, okay, we already had gotten to the point of course, it's the ex-boo live-in thing. We already to the point where we both changed our passwords on our phone. But with me, what had happened before, they had went through my watch and saw messages. Not that they mattered. I'm not a cheater. Let's be clear. They were reaching, but just to clear my name. But I remembered that when I was switching things out and when I had my suspicions, my inklings. So what I knew and know about this person, not detail oriented, does not pay attention to details, will not go the extra mile for things. So I knew for a fact that while you may have changed the passwords on those phones, I strongly doubt that you had taken the extra step to change the password on that their watch, and that their watch still had the same passcode rather, that those phones used to have. So on the dog walk, I'm laying there resting. She's out. The door is closed. The door is locked. Peek out the blinds, good distance up the street, run to that watch. I'm talking about, baby, hands shaking. I'm going so fast. It vibrate. It's wrong. It's wrong. Calm down. Slow down. Try it again. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Open. Now, side. Tap, tap. Where's the messages app? Boop. Scroll through. I know what I'm looking for, because you keep acting like this person you don't want nothing to do with them. So there is the it's not saved. It's like the iCloud situation, whoopty whoop. So I see that immediately. Boom. Oh no. And there it is. Oh, that's gonna be too. We're gonna be rushing if I do that. We gonna. Oh, I want to use this. Got the thing from Candy's sex toy website. I want to try this. Some swing you hang on the door to get fucked up against the wall or something. I don't know, baby. And so it's crazy because let me say this part too. The whole time I was praying, I was like, "How am I know if it's God? How am I know if it's you?" Like maybe I might construct something in my head, or it's human beings. You could make something up. You could be just on one because you're looking for something. But this one right here, making, arranging sex dates, fuck dates, and I'm looking at the days. It's period. It's yesterday, today. Oh, ain't no joke. Ain't no suspicion. Ain't no doubt. Oh, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I look up, I laugh, because I asked you how would I know. Oh, ain't no doubt. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm taking shit out the drawers, out the closet. Ain't no drawers. Out the closet. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to get ready. I'm laughing. I'm crying. I'm fucked up. But I got what I asked for. I wanted to know what God wanted me to see. I wanted to know where God wanted me to go. And God wanted me the fuck up out of there. Okay? So I'm telling myself as I'm halfway brushing my teeth, halfway moving, halfway crying, halfway laughing, I'm going to calm down and I ain't going to say shit till she get in the house. Honey, please. No, ma'am. I can't hold it. I'm on the patio throwing old sneakers and mops and brooms at this whole head. I'm upset. You still fucking this nigga? And we're not together. So that's fine. But I said specifically, and also they volunteer the information. If I think about or am about to engage in sexual activity with someone else, I will let you know. I said yes to that, even though that's weird to me. Like, if it's getting that heated up, steamed up, you don't need to be fucking with me at all. But in terms of the transparency, if you're willing to be that honest and transparent with me, I'll take it. Yes, please. Because I knew the way, although that wasn't the particular person I had in mind that they may have sex with, because come on, it's just too many things rolling with that person. That's their personal business. It's a very dangerous situation. So that's what I was concerned with for me. Don't Russian roulette with my body and my life, because that's what you may be willing to do with yours, which again makes no sense at all. Because if I know they're willing to do that with their body, why am I being intimate with them and expecting them to come and be honest with me about it? I sound just as crazy as they do, thinking that that other person was being honest with them. I needed exactly what God showed me, to eliminate myself from the entire equation. There was no negotiation. There was no compromise that was going to be honorable for anybody involved. Hence, why I should not be as wounded or taking it as personally, maybe not taking it as personally as I have. Like the person did something to me. That's their standard of living. I engaged in it thinking I could introduce my standard of living, and that would be our collective standard. That's not the way that works. Okay? So here I am. Now, what's that? Y'all keeping up? Y'all keeping up with the date? What is it? 16, 17, 18. That's the 19th of January. Remember I told you, Spirit told me, hold on to your little coin, honey. So Fast forward through that weekend, my cousin comes and bails me out of the whole situation. I mean, this person had called the police on me. I'm talking about real super oppy ass behavior. Oppy. Gone through my stuff, taking back gifts they done gave me, all type of wild shit, as if they're not the person. Yeah, they tell me I attacked them or whatever, what have you. I did. I was in a rage. I was upset. Yeah. And not that that justifies it, but I did. But here's the thing. Have some motherfucking humility and know what you did was provocative to that degree. But it's cool. It's cool. Because it's 2024. And I'm just telling the story. Called the police. Police, he even broke out trying to holler. Like, come on, fool. You gotta know who you dealing with. I done showed them my license. They trying to get me dragged off the scene. Just a hater, oppy, Karen ass shit. Craziness. But spirit on my side. Ain't gonna be. Ain't gonna stay. Always. Cause my heart good. I ain't perfect, but I'm pure. You feel me? I say it again. I ain't perfect, but I'm pure. Anyway, so my cousin come, save me. I pay my storage. My things are good. I tell my puppy goodbye. I buy a one-way flight. I let my mother know it's no longer an inkling. I'm on my way. Whew, I'm so scared. I'm time traveling. I'm a 42-year-old woman. Heartbroken, embarrassed, disappointed, feeling like a failure. I'm about to turn into a child again because there are things I need to heal that keep leading me to this space in my life. And I'm ready to let go of that. Fuck. Dang. Oh my God. All right, we got to keep going. So, yeah, one way ticket, Philadelphia. You can't not, I can't not share with you that um I went back. I went back to her house. Um, we stayed the night. I cried. I missed my flight. My mom was like, "What? Like everybody in the world know to be to the airport 2 hours before your flight. How did you miss your flight?" I'm not finna tell my mom I'm over that lady's house. Yeah. Oh, wait. Then, it's just a bunch of hiccups. My bag's too big. It's a bunch of things. Anyway, I do the year. I stay there because one of my good friends in LA, wildly successful woman, Victoria, Vicky B, hairstylist, entrepreneur, just a beast. Um, Faith Walker, super inspiration. She tells me, she said, Atlanta wouldn't get to see me at least for a year. And I took that to heart when she said it. Cause whoa, I literally went through a portal. I was in my parents' basement. I hadn't lived with my parents since 98, 1998. I visited like twice since then. I been in their home space living. I was a shell of myself. I didn't have a definition for who I was. I, I was 10, brown. Of course, I'm Nkaruka Kufanyatana, Tanisha, Yvonne Brown, Cephas. And I live in Atlanta. I graduated from Morris Brown College. I hustle. I'm the flyest person you probably ever met. That was wild. I mean, these are the things that I identify with. Um, yeah, I read books. I like music. I ain't met nobody who could probably drink more than me. I smoke black mild, or excuse me, Dijon blacks. Like these are certain things I had define me, define me, define me. Um, I had a rough childhood, emotionally, mentally. I was running from that, wildly angry. Um, like under the surface though. Uh, I read people for filth. Like I really don't think people should like go there with me verbally. These are things in terms of how I saw myself, define myself. All of that had been crumbled. It's all crumbled. It's gone. I don't know if anyone listening has ever experienced that, but that is such a lonely place because no, there is no answer. You have to create one, but it's like it's dark, it's empty, it's just you, and it feels very. I wouldn't say restrictive. That's not enough. It's like it's all encompassing. It's like if you was on Earth by yourself. You could talk to people, but nobody can relate to what you're going through. You what? They give you little anecdotes, answers, things they think will pacify or soothe what you're experiencing, but I've never met a person who's been crushed. Like and felt like we connected on that level. Like, oh yeah, I got crushed before. I recreated myself. Nah. Like you can tell by what people talking, how they talking, they ain't been crushed. Crushed. Demolished. Poof. No more. So I left. January 24th, one way ticket. I'm in my parents' basement, Maryland. It's freezing. It's freezing. It's dark. I said I give myself 1 week. You get to cry, you get to lay here, eat or not, whatever. Smoke as many smokes as you need to. 1 week. After that, you get up. You're gonna go get 2 jobs. One, you're gonna work with autistic children that are on the spectrum. Excuse me, children on the spectrum diagnosed with autism. These children are in a group home setting, violent, and I want to work in a restaurant so I have a little cash, move around how what I'm used to. So I give myself a week. I do them both. Of course, in all toxicity, I'm still talking to the person. Talk to the person until like June. I'm fasting, doing a lot of not drinking, still smoking, juicing, sauna. Haven't started really working out yet. No meat, raw food. This I'm doing all year, all the rest of 2023. Long story short, it's ups and downs, it's ebbs and flows with my parentals. Stuff is coming up, coming out. Our family, of course, is bringing some stuff, a part of that as well. Other immediate family members. It's crazy. It's good though. It's healing. It's beast mode. It's I threw myself in. I agreed. I surrendered. I submitted. It's amazing. I love it. Um, then there's a turn of events where I don't go to Miami, the city I want to go to. I end up with more family. Um, so now I have the challenge of maintaining the same pace and energy, which has not been my strong suit. Remember, I told you I can obtain. Maintaining is difficult. So here I am fighting for everything I fought for last year. Because last year, 2023, I it was spiritual warfare. And I got my ass kicked. But what's so crazy is in spiritual warfare, the opposite is true. You get your ass kicked, you're the winner. I got my ass kicked. I won. I'm winning. I intend to continue to win. And that has been God, 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 isolation, removal of myself from people, places, and environments and circumstances that do not push me closer to God. And with that being said, Kyra, who I consider like my goddaughter, that's my baby. She calls me and she's upset that I'm about to miss her second performance birthday party. And this one's her 33. It's her God year. I missed last year. I never missed one, I don't believe, since I'd met her. And she's not with it. She's like, nigga, when you coming back? You can't keep missing it. Fuck such and such. You gotta face the music at some point. You can't keep hiding. Life goes on, and the city misses you. And I know she's right, but I'm also very nervous. I'm nervous about the distractions. I'm nervous about seeing that person in terms of will I fling back into rage? Uh, what will happen? So in my mind, I've made up. I know I'm going back. I know I'm going for Kyra. I I start to make arrangements in terms of work, in terms of travel, and yeah, I'm headed back. So before we can get good into March, I'm contacted by a person that I found attractive maybe 5 years ago, before the COVID. And at that time, they were seeing someone. I uh, I was ecstatic. I was elated because I found them very attractive, and I wanted to get to know them. I put in some work when I first noticed them. In terms of, I was consistent. I was committed. I was where they were going to be, so I could observe them. They reached out to me, and I was, like I said, I was elated, but I didn't put on that I was. I just, why thank you. They gave me a compliment, my DMs, uh, whatever. Then, we continue to boop, boop, boop. They're like, are you still in Atlanta? We should go out sometime. Say what? You trying to get at me? Hold on. Hold on now. No, actually, I'm near DC, but I'll be back shortly. Oh, okay. I was seriously considering moving up there. Oh, no, 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 don't do that. Because again, I'll be back shortly. So then there's the this doesn't work for me in terms of the DMs. They want to go to the phone. Oh, well. Just put the number, just laid it out there. And asked me, do you still have my number saved? I'm like, I don't, no, I don't actually. Which is, it's kind of puzzling to me, but I know myself. I said, ah, I probably deleted you once you told me you had a girlfriend. So I wouldn't even be tempted to act dishonorably. And this person has the receipts. Like, actually, yes, that's exactly what you said to me before we stopped communicating. That in order for you to honor my relationship, you were going to cease communication. And I was like, oh, that's so annoying. You have receipts. Oh my God. And they're like, yeah, I have our whole text thread. I'm like, girl, that phone needs a deep clean. Because again, this is 4 or 5 years ago. Why do you still have that? That's crazy. But whatever. So we end up texting. We're texting back and forth, woo woo. It's interesting. Um, there's a part of me that's kind of like, okay, I'm like a strong arm type of mug. You texting me, talking to me, you should be deeply engaged. This is what I believe. Like shit. My mug needs to be excited about me, goddamn. And I still believe that. But in the moment though, this is all hindsight now, I'm telling you. They like, okay, they're professional. So they doing 8 to 4, 9 to 5 thing. Got it. That determines a lot of things. You can't talk at night, can't do certain stuff. They're also still pursuing their education. So maybe during that nighttime piece too, you in class, whatever you got rolling. So I get it. It can't be complete laser focus like how I would probably give or what I would desire. Get it, totally, whatever. So they say to me, we're texting, we're going back and forth. This is good. They want to know when I'm coming, whatever, whatever. We're gonna talk on the phone sometimes. Like these are all like they're organized and arranged. And in my mind, again, this is because of the schedule crunch, which you got going on. So they've missed a couple of these. Like one was, oh, I'm doing happy hour with my friends. I'm gonna call you at this time. They call later. I get off the phone like I'm asleep. I'm kind of asleep, but when somebody you like call you, you hype, you up. But I said that on purpose. Like, honey, you're not about to be late calling me and then expect me to be. So, how was it? Woo, woo, woo. Nah, I'm asleep. Even though I was woke. Like, damn, shouldn't have said that shit. Should have talked to that. But whatever. So they text me because they was like, I'm sorry I woke you up. Woo, woo. I'm cleaning up right now. Wooty woo. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. I ain't gone back to sleep, but whatever. So that's first time. Then next time, 2, 3 times this happens. So I'm like, hey, look here. Like I'm gonna go send you a little informative message. I'm like, hey, I get excited when somebody I'm interested in say they're gonna call me or something like that. Like I'm trying to explain it in a way because see, here's the thing. I have a fine line between I'm snapping crazy, like I'm entitled to something, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, is this person crossing the line for me? Like, is this disrespectful? And so it's hard for me to go between the two because I could be doing too much and or the person could be being disrespectful. So in this particular case, I try to find a middle ground to speak about. Like, hey, don't make arrangements to speak to me if your schedule doesn't permit because it's disappointing when you can't meet it. So they called me immediately the next day after. the third time of the crazy phone stuff. Excuse me. So they apologize, and I tell them I understand that, your intentions are good, but your schedule doesn't match what your intentions are trying to do. And it's not okay with me. Okay. So we talk about that. Then for whatever reason, we're still on the phone. I think I was about to go get my hair braided or whatever. Because mind you, this is fairly recent. All this is recent. This is me about to go back to Atlanta like a week or two ago. So I'm still talking to them. I'm about to walk in on the braider. The braider is late, whatever. It's fine. So, because, yeah, I think they had texted me. So I'm like, cool, I could stay on my phone in the car. So something the night before was just like, ask her if she's bisexual. So I did. I'm like, are you bisexual? And she's like, yeah. I mean, I date girls, I date guys, I date trans, I've dated trans. I'm like, I'm sorry? Not because of the fact that she's bisexual in terms of that's her sexuality. That's people's business. For me, it was jaw dropping because, for one, when I met her, she was dating a woman. All of this is me. I made the assumption that this woman was just a lesbian. So I'm bugging because, of course, my past person ended up, dick hungry. Hey, that's people business. No problem. The thing is, when you're with someone who intends to scissor for the remainder of their life, that's not okay. So, new person's perspective on this is, well, that's what they've made straps for. And I'm like, what? Kinda, no. Mm-mm. I'm thrown because, for one, I, that's not really a part of my sexual arsenal. It's just not. I have used it, but it's like, no. I don't know. This is crazy. Either way, let me go and bring y'all in. So that happens with the phone. Then this happens with the bisexuality. So me and her, we just boop, 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 little bumps in the road already. It's crazy. It was going smooth when she was hollering at me and I was chilling. It was cool. Then, okay, what happens after that? The bump in the road with the bisexuality. Oh, she kind of like, here you go. She's flirting with me still on the bisexual shit. Like, matter of fact, I invite her to Kyra's thing, the golden hour. I'm like, come with me. Since you ain't gonna be my girlfriend, come with me. Cause, she just arm candy. Period. Why not? It's great. I know how I'm gonna look while I'm there. I'm gonna look amazing. I haven't been seen in about a year and a half. I have a piece of arm candy. It's great. God is good. So she's like, wait, what? Sure. She's funny. She's toxic as fuck, but whatever. Like, really needs some help and thinks it's normal. By the way, so I still like the girl. Let's be clear. So then she stonewalls me after that. Like, well, since we ain't talking, we just need to be talking as friends. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you just shut off? Because she's going cold. Like, we were texting back and forth. You're excited. Yeah. You get it. Because you met somebody, that you attracted to, you interested in. She in full circle came back 5 years later. That's lit. In my DMs, you getting at me. You give me your number. You want to come, yeah. All the things, the feels. Woo. Boy. And here, let me throw this out there too. I don't know if it's going to be relevant by the time we get to the end of this, but I'm sitting here like having, I ain't saying I'm an asexual person. I'm not asexual. Things make me excited. It just, I got to get there. It's mental for me, I believe. Like, I need to be emotionally invested in you, and you need to mentally stimulate me for me to even feel tingles and stuff. I felt that. And I was having certain thoughts about her to where I was like, what's that? Oh my. Ah! By the way, fast forward, we're talking about the bisexuality thing and how she has stonewalled me. Stonewall is like when a person just go radio dark silent to make a point or do something. Really, it's a tactic used by narcissists. So anyway, she does that to me. Like to the point where I'm checking for it. Like, this can't be real. Like I keep looking at the phone, keep looking at the phone, keep looking at the phone. Because we were in the middle of a conversation. Then it's like over 24 hours. She don't say nothing to me. But mind you, this is me after I had drunk dialed her. I don't know if I drunk dialed her or what, but we're gonna go with I did. And I apologized, and she was like, "You called me 10 times, this, and that in one particular night." So I'm like, "What? Oh no, I'm about to mess up this girl, like this situation." And I knew what my drinking had done in my last relationship. So I'm like, "Oh hell no." So needless to say, just to bring y'all to speed, I have not drank or smoked since that night because I was just like, look, I ain't necessarily saying it was for her, kinda it was, but what she could possibly have represented. I said, if this is about to make me mess up a new budding relationship or a person, I'm about to stop. I had already been debating about it in my life anyway. I'm getting older. I had been more consistently working out. I was so winded. It was ridiculous. And then just the drinking just be just over the top. And it's crazy because I fast. Like I said, I do fast for days and days and months. And then I just come back and just drink like a Navy sailor. It's crazy. So anyway, I stopped. And that was March 18th. I haven't drank or smoked since then. So by the time my birthday comes, I'll be getting my 30-day chip from AA. And what y'all can do is cash at me some congratulations. But whatever. So now I'm not drinking or smoking. This person is not contacting me, which is also another form of addiction. This person had been an outlet for me. I'm in this place I'm still in a place of isolation that has continued on from 2023. I don't have that dopamine hit because I'm not talking to this person. And I don't believe this is the part of the stonewall. The stonewall I mentioned to them. That's what we were texting about when they went dark again. It's crazy. So I think about it. I pray about it. I write a little note in my phone, like getting my words together. Because again, I don't want to overreact. I know how I am. I'm a deep thinker. I'm highly analytical. I may say too much, the wrong thing, whatever. Anyway, I send the message. Hey, I think we should cease communication because I don't like the way you talk to me. Like all the space that you leave in between our messages. I don't like how that makes me feel. Like, and I use the word worship. I said, I need my boo to worship me. I probably shouldn't have said that. Be hungry for me. Whatever you want. Put what word you want there. You're not those things. I'm excited about you, but this 80-20, that ain't gonna cut it. A 60-40 I can live with. 80-20, me geeked about you, you not geeked about me? No, it's not okay. I don't like it. I'm sorry. You're not bad. I'm not telling you need to change the way you communicate. You're going to meet someone who's fine with it. I'm not. I need you to talk to me a certain type of way. I need you to be excited. I need you to want to pick my brain. I need you to be curious. What'd you eat today? How'd you sleep last night? Like, talk. What are you wearing? What made you want to wear that? Let me see. Send me a picture. Like, yeah, Get into me. Get into it. What's that tattoo? What is that? Show me that. Yeah. What's your teeth regimen? What's your skin regimen? I need you all in like that. What's the last thing you read? What are you reading right now? What are you working on? What's the project you're working on? Yes, get involved. You're not involved. I'm geeked about you, but I ain't asking none of these questions. I'm showing restraint because I'm like, hey, I want to see her and talk to her and be in her mix like that. But that's how I feel though. Like I got a bunch of questions for you. I want to know you. You know, I ain't getting that from you. But everything that happens, whether it's the bisexual thing, even when we talked about our age gap, because we had a big age gap. Like we were like, I could have been her teen mom, dead ass. I'm about to be 44. She's 24. That might explain all of this to y'all, but to me, I was giving her benefit of the doubt. I was like, she could be mature for her age. She says she's a serial geriatric dater. This is what she do. She dates old people frequently, which I would later find out is because, her words, to be honest, you get taken care of. And that it was generational. Her mama did it. Her grandmama did it. Whoa. These are things I found out once I got to Atlanta. Either way, I'm going to bring it full circle now because a lot of these things are details that I appreciate and I think brings the fullness of the story, but we're going long and I want to wrap it up for you. So I take her out on the date once I get back to town. No, firstly, let's say this. When I said we should cease communication, I end up blocking her. For me, though, not for her, not so she can stay away from me, but so I can stop looking into it, becoming obsessive and looking at, is she watching my story? Is she going to decide to text me even though I said don't communicate with me? Crazy shit. Psychotic. So I cut it off because I know my brain and it ain't going to stop until if they take too long and keep going, don't say nothing, I'm going to say something. Let's kill all that. Let's go again. Turn over a new leaf. No codependent relationships. No crazy distractions from what your purpose is in life, what you should be doing. No. So I cut it. I cut the phone, both my phones. I deleted the deleted because you know you can go back into the deleted. And you can go into the block numbers and see. So it's just too much. But I took all preventative methods for my toxicity. And then I got to Atlanta. When I got to Atlanta, I still wanted this person to accompany me as my arm candy to Kyra's function. So I unblocked them and contacted them. And they were livid. Hot. Oh, girl, fuck you. You blocked me. Because here's how I came back. I came back like nothing ever happened. It was raining when I got to Atlanta. So I said, girl, you see this weather? We could be cuddling. Petty. So they were like, oh, you blocked me. We won't be doing shit ever. And I'm like, that sounds emotionally charged, honey. You still feeling me. Toxic. Ready for to bite the bait. Coming in. Bring it in. So I keep texting her. I'm like, give me a chance to make it up to you. Relax. I said, I blocked you for me. Not because of you, anything you did. Like, come on, I had to keep myself safe. You know, so I'm explaining. I'm like, come on, let's talk about it. Because my homie in the cut coaching me. My sister coaching me. She was like, she that hyped up. She feel away. She like you. Whatever. So I'm like, all right, period. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying. So anyway, she works. She's still at work. I'm like, let me take you to dinner tonight. You want to eat something? You know, love language. People want to eat. Goddamn. So I take her. Place I want to take her is booked out for the night. Like, damn. So then I find the second place. It's cool. I like it. I've been there a couple times, date night with other people. So I know it's acceptable for the foodies. So she agrees. We meet. Well, I make the reservation for 8:30. The Joan is late. She get there damn near 9. When I tell you I'm slick, I'm in between should I be blown or what? but I'm not blown. I'm not. So I I order a couple of small plates for when she gets there. We have some things to pick and eat. She can get her a couple of drinks. We start loosening up, talking, chopping it up, whatever. So it's about to be over though, because the people is like, we take last call at 9:15. Reservation was 8:30. She was about 30 minutes late. So it's time to go. Like by the time she gets there, we see each other, we get in each other's space, we get comfortable. Either way, I say, hey, we never had a chance to have dessert. So we go over to another spot. We there probably for the next 2-3 hours chopping it. So by the time drinks 3 and 4 come out for her, because again, I'm sober. So I explain to her that I'm sober based on the situation with us, with the woo. All these things are coming out. She tells me to buy the ticket for the next night. The next night is the golden hour. And it's lit. So she gonna be there with the woo. We just getting to know each other. It's cool. So the golden hour comes. I'm busy all day. I go get her a bouquet made of birds of paradise and lilies. Um, we supposed to be at golden hour like 8. I know my friend is never on time in her performances, whatever the case may be. So fast forward, we get to the golden hour. Everything works out perfectly. I see the people. She's my arm candy. I'm catering to her. We chopping it up. I see my ex there. It's good. I stay away from her. It's no interaction between us. It's perfect. Because that was really a major source of my anxiety. Seeing that food and making sure I don't relapse into the trigger that situation is or was. Um, so the new girl, she's kind of weird. She's not in the same like flirty, your skin, your hair, touchy, energy that she was in the night before. And I recognize that. I'm like, you feel kind of rigid, So I don't know if it was because my ex is there or we're in an environment where it's not just about, us into each other's energy and it's, other people there that I know or I'm not sure. So either way, I invite her to go down to the second floor of the venue with me. Um, she wants some food from there. She explains that she didn't want any food from the venue we were in. That's perfectly fine. I order some things. I come back because I receive a text that Kyra's performing. So I go to the performance, watch a couple songs, sing along, feel the vibe, see how she's looking. She looks beautiful, of course, per usual. I mean, wow. Her trainer gets busy. Shayon, oh my. So I run back down, make sure she has her food. She's enjoying it. She says she doesn't like one of the things. I got her some shrimp and some octopus. She's like, the octopus isn't fresh. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, let me check it out. Octopus smell fine to me. Not fresh is maybe perhaps not the correct words. Because she's like, well, I've had fresh octopus. I'm like, okay. Well, maybe do you feel like it's overdone? Maybe that. Not fresh is not no. So anyway, she's I put my cutlery down. I pick hers up, and I'm about to accidentally, yeah, I'm about to use her cutlery on accident. She's like, "Oh, you want to eat after me?" And I'm like, no, I don't. As a matter of fact, and I forget where the strength of my no, I don't came from, but it was something about uh with the phone call. She said somebody got upset that someone was asleep. Or she was asleep near someone or someone was asleep near her when I called her that time. Those back to back calls, remember? And so I'm like, I don't know what you got rolling with them. So no. But I remember I had just blocked her. So I was very clear that I don't like the way you communicate with me. But of course, I'm not a light switch. I still liked her. I just wanted some level of reassurance. So earlier in the evening, she asked me why didn't I talk to my ex. I hadn't gone into detail about everything that I've told y'all about what happened. But she knew that there was, dishonesty, deception, all these things. So I got furious. Like, the fuck? is you asking me about that for? And she was like, well, maybe, long story short, we went and talked about it on the sidebar. Maybe you aren't as healed as you think you are. And I was like, bitch, I'm not healed. I don't like motherfucking being lied to. So now I say that multiple times. I just don't like being lied to. Like that person wasn't even a friend to me to put me in harm's way that way in lying. So fast forward now to I'm on the second floor of the venue with her. I'm finna go back up and watch Kyra some more. But you gonna ask me, am I gonna eat off your fork? No, I'm not. Because I don't know what you're doing with that person who. So here's the thing. I personally feel like maybe the person was like, keep hearing me say I don't fucking play around with liars and shit like that. So now here she come. I'm eating, chilling, minding my business. This fool said, what if I told you I had a girlfriend? I just keep eating. Rubbing them shrimp around in the stove. Because I want them to go on and say whatever they finna say. Please say it. So they were like, would you still talk to me? Would you still? Because that's really what you'd be concerned about. For whatever reason. I don't know. It's so weird. So I'm like, no, yeah. I had a girlfriend, whatever. So I'm letting her talk. She was like, yeah, it's unofficial, but let's just say Janice. And let's say I know two Janices. She was like, yeah, but I think Janice is my little boo. So at this point, I'm looking like, what the fuck is you telling me they name for? Like, am I supposed to know Janice? So she's like, oh, you don't want me to say the name? I'm like, yo, this bitch is crazy, son. So I'm like, so that's Janice is the person who you was beside when I called all them times. Yeah, almost knocked my head off. I mean, now the bitch is cozy. She telling the story like this, our boo. She kept saying, well, not an unofficial girlfriend, but my boo. That's my little boo. And I'm like, so you're sexually active with this person? And they're like, yeah. So now I'm like, I done threw down the cutlery. I can't meet no authentic bitches out here. I'm hot. This shit crazy, bruh. So now I'm not authentic? Let me get up. I'm finna go. All right. I need to go watch Kyra. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm in Atlanta for. I go over to the waiter, person who took my order. Let me pay you, sir. I pay them. Because now this on my name. These folks know me. This is my face. So let me pay. And I come back to the table, tap the card on the table. You have yourself a good night. And I get the hell up out of there. Okay? Because now I'm seeing this full circle with this shit. Like, that's the whole storyline and issue of me leaving Atlanta is the ambiguity. People functioning with me in this gray area. But let me take responsibility. I be allowing it because I like the tingle or I like the chase. But this time here, I said, no, I don't want that. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to compete with Janice and going back and forth with you. Because do Janice know you here with me tonight? Did Janice know you was with me last night? And then you so cozy to talk about to knock your head off. That's a boo. Don't nobody feel comfortable enough to knock your motherfucking head off about no phone call. It says somebody you committed to in some form or fashion. And I'm not about to play semantics with you with words. Everybody is, I'm dating. We're friends. All of this type shit. Let me tell you something. Go find somebody else to play with. Because I'm on the edge with these hoes. Like for real, I'm wondering what's in my character that make me attract this type of person that ain't 10 toes down, that ain't all in. Because I gotta start asking me, why is this the type of woman I'm attracting? I'm bringing into my life. I was just talking to y'all about this on live. And it ain't her. It ain't the other one. Are they trash? Poor character? Dishonorable? Absolutely. But that ain't my work to do, to figure them out. And that's in the past, that's what it's been. Trying to change a motherfucker, trying to understand a motherfucker. No, me. I'm trying to get it for me. What's up with me? Bringing this into my life, this is complete and utter chaos. Like, man, you could have stayed out of my DMs. When I blocked you, you were so heated, so hot. You took it so personal. That was your time to introduce Janice right there. And the night would have been so much smoother. As long as Janice let you out the house to be my arm candy, I don't give a damn. So I go back up to the 3rd floor of the venue. I see her creeping out, going to her car. I'm telling Kaya, my homegirl, my co-host, she there with us. She bring me my glasses off the table, my keys. I left them. We was all sitting at the same table upstairs before I brought her downstairs. So now I'm telling the story loud because I know she down on the floor, the 1st floor, and she walked to her car, and I'm telling Kyle, like, this bitch just said to me, like, I'm hot. And I'm explaining what's going on. She was like, oh no. Because Muzz knew I liked her. It was, we were excited about each other. We were flirting. She initiated conversation with me, thinking it was more than whatever the fuck she got rolling with Janice. So I'm telling Kaya the story loud so the girl can hear it. Then she pull off. She's unbothered. She's toxic. She's unbothered. This don't make no difference to her. So I'm clear about that, which also makes you more enraged. So I go down to the first. I say I gotta get this off. I go down to the first level. I call her, and I ain't gonna flex like oh, I was big and bad. I cussed that hoe out. No, I was completely vulnerable. I said, yo, this is selfish as fuck what you done did, and I don't know why you picked me. You know what I mean? But I was minding my good business. Like, I'm up in the mountains. I'm all by myself. And I'm cool with that. I don't do nothing. I work out. I record, cook boots. I mind my business. Like, why did you bring this to me? And I'm upset. I said, you had opportunity where you could have gracefully bowed out at any point. And you stringing me along like, oh, it was about your job, or it was about your career, it was about your school, all these different things. When in reality, you have a whole nother person over there. Then the reason and excuse was, oh, I dated them for the first time the same day I came in your DMs. Like, man, that don't even add up. Because you came my DMs a certain day, and then 1 week later is when I called you erratically back to back. So you was already asleep beside the person after seeing them 1 week prior? If that's the case, you loose as a goose. And second, I mean, that's your business, but no thank you for me. Then I just believe that's a lie. Either way, you had ample opportunity to tell me about this person, see if I was interested still or not, and stop acting like you just out here singling and mingling. Then she trying to retract on the phone. She laughing. I was like, see, this that energy right there. That's what's so disrespectful about it. This is complete disregard. She was like, well, laughing is a defense mechanism. Some foolishness. I'm like, ooh, I was hot. Like, to the point my voice started shaking. Like, I just wish people with ill intentions would leave me alone. Because I don't know where that's going to land me or end me up at. Hopefully closer to God. Minus the penal system. Because, baby, please find somebody else to play with. Either way, I'm going to wrap us up. Because I'm outrageous. I was scared to do this, and now I won't stop talking. But, so ultimately, to me, as a slap in the face, this Jones says, when I'm saying you've wasted my time, my money, because I consider, if I'm dating someone, that's an investment of moving forward with this person in some form, whether it ultimately be friendship, whatever. What do you want, your flowers back? I was like, yes, please bring me my flowers back. I'm on the highway. I'm not going to do that. I said, highway go 2 directions. Bring my flowers back. Then she was like, well, bill me. Don't mind if I do. Zelle request, Cash App request, Venmo, whatever the hell, Apple Cash. Sure did. And demanded a refund. And I'll say this. I done been on a lot of dates and interactions with people. I ain't never dated somebody so trash, wicked, childish, just a waste of time to the point where I had to demand a refund. She sent it. She sent it. And then talking about blocked. Bitch, let me tell you something. Been blocked. I told her, I said, you served your purpose. You were arm candy. And you did that barely. Because that wig was dangling. And it almost pissed me off. Trying to make me look bad out here. You see this outfit? Standing next to me with that screen door on your forehead, not taped down. The fuck? Anyway, I ain't got time to be bashing people. Like I said, we're not going to get any slander charges later in life because of this. I'm not doing it. Either way, I'm Tim Brown. And what I recognize in this story is I have to choose me. Not sometimes, not halfway, no compromise. When I have selected to do something, to be something, to have nothing, not even my desire for partnership, which I feel is a good intention, family, nothing can come between my definition of who I am, what I stand for, and my purpose. And what these situations have shown me is, in my desire, I start to act in desperation, which in itself is a lack of faith. I'm telling God, I'm telling the universe, I'm telling spirit that I don't believe it will come. I don't believe you have it in store for me. And that's not true. It's my fear of not having it. It's the repetition of what I went home to heal. Not feeling I belong, being an outcast in my own home, not having sanctuary is what I have taken historically out into the world and repeated. With this particular young lady, that narrative is over. So while I was compensated for my time, I don't believe I've lost anything in addition to the lessons and the time, what it taught me. It's Cook Boosh, y'all. And I'm Tim Brown. See you next time. Thank you for listening.